shadows of scary lighthouse. Overhead, stormy clouds loomed over a coastal hamlet in Maine, while the Atlantic's waves crashed against rugged cliffs. The village, steeped in an uneasy silence, hinted at anticipation. In a harbor cafe, Jack, an intrepid journalist, listened to townsfolk whispers about a mysterious lighthouse and its eerie tales. Some spoke of those who dared to stay there. Some vanished, others returned disturbed. Intrigued, Jack sought to uncover the enigma and pen a groundbreaking story. At an antique shop, he found a lighthouse map and an old compass said to belong to a former keeper. A historian gifted Jack a book on regional legends, and in a dim tavern, a woman handed him a diary of her vanished brother's chilling experiences at the lighthouse. Gathering essential gear and chartering a boat, Jack prepared to journey to the lighthouse island. Concerned villagers pleaded for him to reconsider, some offering money to deter him. Undeterred, Jack embarked, drawn to the lighthouse and its mysteries. Every full moon, fishermen speak of eerie screams emanating from the lighthouse. Even the most grizzled of seafarers, well versed with ocean's perils, shudder at these cries. Locals residing near the coastline have reported seeing mysterious silhouettes around the lighthouse, casting reflections on the shimmering waters. These apparitions emerge only under the moon's gaze and fade with the dawn's first light. Rumors circulate about a lighthouse keeper who vanished without a whisper. His anguished wife would call out to him from the shoreline, but her calls went unanswered. Some believe they've spotted him, like a phantom, near the lighthouse. A derelict vessel once washed ashore close to the lighthouse. Its decks were empty, save for an unfinished meal and a cryptic note warning, "Beware the lighthouse." Elders recite a legend of a bygone rite on this very island. As the tale goes, souls of the departed mariners are tethered to the lighthouse, ensnared in an endless limbo. Several townspeople report glimpsing ghostly illuminations around the lighthouse, vanishing as quickly as they appear, like phantoms waltzing in the night. A time-worn journal, believed to have belonged to a keeper, surfaced. It chronicled bizarre nocturnal events and sketches of looming shadows around the lighthouse. As darkness swathed the island, Jack disembarked. The moment his boots met the sandy shore, an unsettling feeling gripped him. The ocean's roar seemed intertwined with hushed voices emanating from the lighthouse. Pushing open the lighthouse's creaky door, a chill breeze and a musty scent greet him. Darkness prevails within. Activating his flashlight, he begins his ascent up the winding stairs. Midway, he discovers a vintage locket bearing a woman's likeness, maybe the lost keeper's beloved. Adjacent to the locket lies a torn diary page, chronicling the enveloping shadows. Ascending, Jack's ears catch the growing intensity of the murmurs. These weren't mere sounds. They echoed with anguish and trepidation. Reaching the apex, shifting shadows play tricks on Jack's eyes. Their formless dance occasionally mimics human gestures. In the pinnacle chamber, an aged diary, believed to be the keeper's, awaits him. Its concluding entry chillingly states, "They approach." Nearby, the familiar compass he acquired from the curio store rests. With the moon at its pinnacle, the lighthouse erupts in radiant light. Shadows converge on Jack, their murmurs amplifying, their tones desperate or cautionary. Time running thin, Jack, relying on lore from the historian's tome, initiates a ritual, hoping to liberate the ensnared spirits of the lighthouse. Atop the lighthouse, enveloped by shadows and overwhelmed by their resonating murmurs, Jack discerns he's ensnared in a time-old curse. He perceives these shadows to be restless spirits of mariners and keepers, eternally trapped. Abruptly, a radiant glow emanates from the antique compass, pushing back the encroaching shadows. It dawns on Jack. that the compass holds the secret to this enigmatic conundrum. Drawing upon the historian's tome, Jack initiates a rite, using the compass as a hallowed talisman. He vocalizes archaic incantations designed to liberate these souls from their perpetual torment. The ritual's progression agitates the shadows further. They intensify their onslaught, assailing the lighthouse's barriers, their murmurs morphing into harrowing shrieks, intent on thwarting Jack. Amidst the turmoil, Jack discerns the visage of the woman from the locket and the vanished keeper. Their expressions relay a dire plea, eyes awash with urgency. In the rite's crescendo, with shadows threatening to overwhelm, Jack shatters the locket, liberating the keeper's beloved. This act releases an overpowering luminance, repelling the engulfing darkness. With the incantation's culmination, tranquility is restored. The lighthouse once again an isolated beacon. A serene silence pervades, and a weary Jack absorbs the gravity of his feet against the primordial curse. The morning sun crests, bathing the lighthouse in golden light. An exhausted yet triumphant Jack emerges, observing the now placid ocean, his gaze deepened by newfound wisdom and respect. Within the lighthouse, he discovers the keeper's journal's concluding page. It proclaims, "To he who reads this, you've achieved what I could not. Yet be warned, shadows linger eternally." Sailing back, the town's inhabitants assemble at the dock, eager for Jack's recount. He narrates his otherworldly encounter, emphasizing the soul's liberation. But his story is tinged with caution. In tribute to the emancipated spirits, the townsfolk convert the lighthouse into a revered memorial. Along the coast, they erect a shrine for remembrance and reflection. Days later, an anonymous letter arrives for Jack. Enclosed is a terse note. Shadows remain vigilant. Stay guarded. Accompanying the message is a damp imprint, akin to a hand moistened by the sea. Settling for the night, a fleeting shadow outside captures Jack's attention. Approaching his window, the silhouette dissipates into the abyss. Jack is left pondering. The lighthouse saga is far from its epilogue.